ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The Bahamas Rugby Football Union holding a youth tournament over the weekend. The C.R. Walker Knights, Doris Johnson Mystic Marlins, and Queens College Comets all taking part, along with 2 teams out of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
It started some time back, and then it went a little dormant. And with the support of a lot of the players in the league, we have some of the players that are actually teachers in school. So with a full support, we were able to move forward and get into the schools. In rugby, we got the old guys have to hit a retirement age at some point of playing. So definitely we need to filter in. And with Bahamians, we have the natural talent. When you look at track and field and so forth, to help feed it in the system. With USA Rugby, for example, one of their top players in sevens was an Olympic runner. Never qualified for the Olympics as a track star, but in rugby he's able to travel the world and make the Olympics. So we're looking to do the same thing. And with rugby, no matter what size a player is, there's always a position on the field for you.
As for the rules used, they were modified from those of traditional rugby.
Two-hand touch, where instead of full contact, is to get the players used to putting 2 hands around the waist, because there's an initial stage of a technique in going and tackling. Once the hands are in the waist, then the shoulders will eventually follow to make the tackle, and also protects the players as the more experience they get playing, and then we can move over to contact. It is a one-day tournament, but it's the first tournament of many more to follow, and then in May, Freeport has a big youth festival. So from here, we're going to select 2 teams, a team or 2, to travel to Freeport to be a part of their tournament as well.
The University of the Bahamas track and field team at the South Florida Bulls Invitational over the weekend. The Mingos, one of about 20 universities in competition up in Tampa. And before contesting the women's 800 meters, she had a slow start and got boxed in on the first lap, but on the backstretch of the second 400, she found a hole and got out front, cruising to the win in a personal best time of 2:14.85 to take the heat and the overall title.
To get out, coach told me to come around in 104. I noticed that I started to get boxed in going into the second half, and I was unable to move, but when I saw the opportunity, I pushed through the gap and came home from there. I think I could have done better if I would have went harder into the second lap.
The UB men's 4x4 relay team came to the meet with the goal of getting stronger, and they did just that. The team of Anthony Adderley, Donye Roberts, Brandon Hanna, and Kendrick Thompson finishing second overall in 3:14.56.
The game plan was just to get out hard, try to put us in a good position, and to just try and run a good time on my leg, that's all.
I thought about bringing it home as strong as I could. I had the energy to go with him, but bringing it home, my legs would get heavy, and considering that I already ran the 400 earlier that day, I was a bit drained.
My game plan was honestly to get out and to finish strong. So going up the back stretch, I was feeling heavy, but I just had to bring it home, you know.
My game plan was just to get out and stay relaxed, but my legs are a bit heavy. I think it's because of the gym, I'm sure, but I didn't feel. I was always feeling the 400, but I still ran a good race. And a good leg.
The Queens College Comets may have taken the BAISS Private School Championship, but SAC's Big Red Machine got the bigger prize as they captured the majority of the divisions at the National High School Track and Field Championships, which wrapped up on Saturday at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. SAC's steamrolled their way to the under-17 and under-20 girls and under-15 and under-17 boys titles, accumulating 820.5 points. QC was tops in the under-15 girls and under-20 boys, finishing second with 775 points. The Tabernacle Baptist Falcons out of Grand Bahama third with 479 points. Also picking up a big win, Sean Miller being re-elected as president of the Coaches Association.
The majority of us have been on the team for the last 2 years, and I guess the coaching body saw what all we did during our term, and they saw it fit to re-elect us and put us back into power. The first thing on our agenda is safety. You know, we started off last term with getting all of our coaches and first aid courses, not just in Nassau, but we want to make sure that we reach out to Freeport and we reach out to the Family Islands. But after that, we are heavy on education. This is not the first time we have educated and certified more than 300 coaches here in the Bahamas, most of them being school teachers. And the same thing is on the agenda for this year.
The Huntley Christie Seminoles out of North Andros, one of the Family Island teams taking part in the meet, and they held their own.
Our relay team, most of them made the top 8 final. And one of my athletes, her name is Fridgeline Augustine. She is, I would say she made the Carifta team. The time was 2:25:30, and she did it at 2:25:58. So we're looking forward for her to qualify for this Bahamas Carifta team.
So talking track and field, Giles Etienne earned his first outdoor victory as an Indiana Hoosier over the weekend, taking the Arizona State Invitational high jump crown with a leap of 6'8 3/4. He cleared his first 4 heights without any knockdowns before bowing out at 6'10 3/4. Arizona State's Elijah Hughes also went out at 6'10 3/4, but Etienne earned the title on fewer knockdowns. Etienne and the Hoosiers back in action this weekend when they travel to Gainesville for the Florida Relays. The NCAA tennis season in full swing. Over the weekend in Division I play, the Arizona State men's team fell 4-3 to 10th ranked TCU. Justin Roberts doing his job. He won in come-from-behind fashion at number 3 singles, 4-6, 6-3, and 6-1. He was also victorious at number 2 doubles with Maki Rakamatala, 6-4 and 4. Meantime, in the Division II ranks, the Lee University women's team didn't drop a match against Christian Brothers. Sierra Donaldson winning at number 6 singles, 6-1, and love. From the college hardwood, Charles Bain saw his sophomore season come to an end yesterday in the second round of the collegeinsider.com tournament. Robert Morris blew a 13-point halftime lead and fell to Presbyterian 77-70. Bain was 6 of 16 from the field, 2 of 9 from behind the arc. He tallied a double-double, a side-high 14 points to go along with 10 rebounds. The Providence Basketball Association's best of 5 semifinals back on the floor tonight at the AF Adderley Gym. In Division II, the Breezes High Flyers up 2-1 on the Alive Buckets. They can move into the championship with a win in Game 4. The situation much the same in Division I. The Discount Distributor Rockets trailing the PJ Stingers 2-1. They need a win to stay alive and force the winner take all Game 5 on Wednesday. Our Special Olympics team back home from the World Games, and whether athletes made it to the podium or not, it was a job well done.
The Special Olympics, we're not just focusing on medals, we're focusing on our athletes' achievement overall. So we recognize the place finishes as well, our 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th place finishes. If we had any in any event, the beauty of Special Olympics is that our athletes are divisioned according to ability and age. So they are competing against persons who have the same ability as them and same age as they do. So it's fair competition. And just as we knew, our athletes came through and brought home medals. 6 gold, 3 silver, and 5 bronze medals.
And that will do it for sports. Don't go anywhere. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.